Back straight. Hands in Jnana Mudra. Palms on your knees. Eyes gently closed. Relax your whole body as you sit up. Mentally scan the body.
Megha ma'am, please unmute yourself. You have got muted. Megha ma'am, please unmute yourself.
We cannot hear you.
Megha ma'am, please unmute yourself.
We can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, great. So we'll start again with our relaxation and meditation. Just sit cross-legged, hands in Jnana Mudra. Relax the whole body as you close your eyes. Spine erect. Feel the relaxation flow through the whole body. With eyes closed, we chant a mantra together to help us grow together, evolve ourselves with open minds to learning and grow. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunatu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinabadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Gently become aware of your breathing. Awareness of the whole body. Rub your palms together. Spread all the warm energy across your face, forehead, and eyelids. So when we chant these mantras, and today's session is going to be full of different mantras. So one thing we have to remember, the mantras have no religious connotation. They are simply vibrations which feel very good for our body and mind. And it is possible through this sound vibration to nurture various energies within ourselves. So that's what we will be doing with the various mantra chanting today. Now, there was a question last time on the group about Bahya Kumbhak. Someone had asked how exactly do we do Bahya Kumbhak. So Bahya Kumbhak is really about breathing out, exhaling completely, and then holding breath. Normally, we are used to doing Anulom Vilom or any pranayam largely with Antar Kumbhak, breathing in and then holding breath. Bahya Kumbhak is breathing out. So you breathe in, breathe out, and then you hold your breath. That is Bahya Kumbhak. Bahya Kumbhak many times is shorter than the Antar Kumbhak till we learn to hold it well. That's because we are letting out all the air, all the oxygen, and then trying to make do with the residual oxygen that is there. So you can try Bahya Kumbhak, and over a period of time, the time for which you will hold Bahya Kumbhak will gradually increase. Today we are going to start with the practice of alternate nostril Kapalbhati. Now all of us have been doing the regular Kapalbhati. So how we do alternate nostril Kapalbhati, for those of you who are new, this is a practice from the Gheran Samhita. That's a text of yoga, and the practice is called Bhalabhati. So the way the practice is done, it's quite similar to Anulom Vilom, except instead of breathing out softly and continuously, every exhalation is a stroke like Kapalbhati. So you breathe in slowly through the left. Then with a stroke, you breathe out through the right. Breathe out through the left. Breathe out through the right. Out left, out right, out left. And that's how you continue. What happens as you are breathing out alternate nostril is, without your knowledge, very passively, you're also breathing in through the same nostril and then breathing out. So there is a passive inhalation every time and an active exhalation. So let's all try this practice together. Sit comfortably, cross-legged, back straight. First, we'll go a little slow. Close right nostril. Breathe in through left, out right, left, 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 right, left. Relax. We'll try this practice one more round, little faster this time. Now what happens when you go a little faster? Till you get used to it, the passive inhalation sometimes doesn't happen and you feel a little breathless. So do it as per your comfort and speed. I'm not going to go very fast, a little faster than before. Again, let's start the practice. Close right nostril. Breathe in through left. Right out, left out, right, left, 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 right, and left. Just close your eyes, feel the after effects of this practice of Bhalabhati, a variation of Kapalbhati. So why practice Bhalabhati? Isn't Kapalbhati enough? Yes, it is enough. But Bhalabhati, we are actually combining the benefits of Anulom Vilom and Kapalbhati. So what happens in the whole process is we purify the energy channels. It's a process that balances the energy channels within the body as well. So it's a little accelerated benefits of Kapalbhati. So that was the practice of Bhalabhati. From here, we move on to the practice of Mukhadhauti. All of us attending the regular classes have been doing it regularly. Very simple yet extremely beneficial practice. Breathing in through the nostrils, breathing out through the mouth, as if you're blowing a candle. Let's get ready for the practice. Breathe in through the nostrils. Breathe out through the mouth, as if you're blowing a candle. Breathe in through the nostrils, out through the mouth, as if you're blowing a candle. Every time you breathe in, say to yourself, I am energizing each and every cell of the body. As you breathe out, tell yourself, I am releasing all the stresses, tensions within my body. Continue 3 more rounds on your own. Complete your practice. Just close your eyes. Feel the peace and calm within at the end of Mukha Dhauti. Such a beautiful practice to induce calmness of mind. From here, we move on to the practice of Mahabandha. For those of you who are new with us, we have already learned the 3 bandhas in the last session. So today we will be applying a combination of these 3 bandhas, breathing in through the nostrils, breathing out completely through the mouth, holding the breath, taking our head down, applying Jalandhar bandha, applying Uddiyana bandha, pulling our abdomen in, applying Mula bandha. Then we release Mula bandha, release Uddiyana, and release Jalandhar bandha, and begin breathing in and normal breathing. So why we apply these 3 locks? The 3 locks we apply, they are very, very good for our immunity. The throat lock, the Uddiyana, which happens at the core, and at the bottom applying Mula bandha. All these 3 locks, when opened, allow flushing in a lot of oxygen to every cell of the body, including the brain and the mind. So Mahabandha is a lovely practice, can be done every day, 2 or 3 rounds. Let's all get ready for this practice. Sit up straight, palms on your knees. Breathing is normal to start with. Breathe in fully through your nostrils. Breathe out completely through the mouth. Hold your breath, head down. Apply Uddiyana. Apply Mula bandha. Release Mula bandha. Release Uddiyana. Head up. Breathe in. Take a couple of normal breaths before we repeat the practice. Again, breathe in fully through the nostrils. Breathe out completely through the mouth. Hold your breath, head down. Apply Uddiyana. Apply Mula bandha. Release Mula bandha. Release Uddiyana. Head up. Breathe in. Again, take a couple of normal breaths and repeat 1 more round on your own. Very, very powerful practice to strengthen the respiration, strengthen the digestive system, strengthen the circulation through the flushing reaction of the practice. complete your practice and just be aware of the after effects of Mahabandha. The flushing of pranic energy through the head, through the body. So from here, let's just stretch our legs out, jump our knees up and down, stretch your feet forward, flex, stretch again, flex, stretch, flex, stretch, and flex. Relax. Once again, sitting cross-legged. We'll do the practice of Ujjayi Pranayam within our special breathing practice. So what we are going to do, a lateral bend. Place your right palm on the right side near the buttock. Take your left hand up. Now slide your right hand to the right. Bend completely to the right. And start breathing in and out slowly in Ujjayi. Feel the expansion of the left lung, the compression of the right lung. Continue the practice in Ujjayi Pranayam. Slowly come back and release, completing the practice of Ujjayi. Of course, never mind if you continue the practice of Ujjayi Pranayam. You can continue Ujjayi, as we said even earlier, in any posture. Now let's place our left palm on the left side near the buttock. Take the right hand up. Slowly slide the left hand to the left side. Bend completely towards the left. Once again, practice Ujjayi Pranayam. Breathing in and out deeply, fully. Slowly come back and release. So in this breathing practice, why this practice is so effective to improve our lung capacity? Every time we crush one lung and expand the other lung, which allows the other lung to work at a larger compensatory capacity. And thus this helps to increase our breathing capacity. So now in the next breathing practice, we want to take the Ujjayi Pranayam little further. Try and observe the little gap between the inhalation and exhalation, the exhalation and the inhalation. It's a beautiful gap of zero thought almost. In fact, books have been written on this little gap between the inhalation and exhalation. And one of the best practices to observe this slight gap or feel it expanding is the practice of Ujjayi. So we'll do our simple breathing practice, stretching our hands out. As we take the hands to the sides, we breathe in, take the head back, Ujjayi Pranayam. Breathe out in Ujjayi, head to center, hands to center. Breathe in Ujjayi. Now start observing the gap at the end of Ujjayi. Breathe out. Observe the gap before you inhale. Practice 2 more rounds on your own. No need to hold breath between the breaths. Just observe this natural gap. Complete your practice. Close your eyes. Feel the after effects of the practice. After the practice of Ujjayi, we've been doing Surya Bhedan. And today we will do Surya Bhedan with the application of Jalandhar Bandha and Mula Bandha. And you see how the same practice of Surya Bhedan, every time we have tried to make it a stronger and deeper practice. First, we just did Surya Bhedan, then with the application of Kumbhak, and today with the application of Bandhas. Get ready for the practice. We will apply Jalandhar and Mula Bandha in Antar Kumbhak. Close left nostril. Breathe in through right. Close both nostrils. Head down. Apply Mula Bandha. Release Mula Bandha. Head up. Open left. Breathe out. Close left. Open right. Breathe in. Close both nostrils. Head down. Apply Mula Bandha. Release Mula Bandha. Head up. Open left. Breathe out. Continue 3 more rounds of this practice on your own. Surya Bhedan with Jalandhar and Mula Bandha. Complete your practice by breathing out of the left nostril. This is a very energizing practice for the whole body and mind. Just sheds away any kind of lethargy within. So from here on, we are going to move on addressing the breath energies within us in a slightly different manner. You know, when our yogis thought of breath, they never thought of it as carbon dioxide and oxygen. They thought of breath as breath energy, a pranic energy within us that gives us life, that nourishes us. And based on this thought, they divided our breath energies into 5 portions based on the functions that they were supposed to do. So the first breath energy is the prana vayu. And this prana vayu is situated in our chest, the lungs. Then you have the apana vayu. Apana vayu is situated in the lower abdomen, and it is responsible for the function of excretion, reproduction. The third vayu you have is the samana vayu. It is situated around the navel region in the abdomen. And this samana vayu, it is responsible for our digestion, the functioning of the pancreas and the liver. Fourth vayu you have is the udana vayu. Udana vayu is situated throat upwards through the head. So it is responsible for the functioning of the throat, the brain, the facial muscles. It is also situated in the hands and the legs, Udana Vayu. And the fifth Vayu you have is the Vyana Vayu. This circulates all through the body. So these are going to be the 5 breath energies within us that we are going to nourish today with meditation, with mudra, and with a mantra. So the mudras we are going to adopt for each of these Vayus are from the Bihar School of Yoga. Actually, some of the textbooks use different mudras, but we will use them from the Bihar School of Yoga. So the first mudra for Prana Vayu we will adopt is going to be bringing our middle finger, ring finger together with the thumb, stretching our index finger and little finger out. This is the Prana Vayu mudra. We will place the back of the palms on the knees. And the mantra of the Prana Vayu is Om Pranaya Swaha. What it simply means is that I am nurturing this Prana Vayu within me. The next Vayu, Apana Vayu, in the lower abdomen that we spoke about, its mudra is index finger, middle finger together with the thumb. The ring finger and the little finger are stretched out. Index finger, middle finger together with the thumb. Ring finger, little finger stretched out. The mantra of this Vayu is Om Apanaya Swaha. Then you have the Samana Vayu in the navel region, in the abdominal region, responsible for our digestion. And its mudra is the ring finger, little finger together with the thumb, the index finger and middle finger stretched out. Its mantra is Om Samanaya Swaha. Then we have the Udana Vayu, throat to head up, circulating in the hands and legs. And its mudra, slightly more difficult, but the index finger and the little finger together with the thumb, the middle finger and the ring finger are stretched out. This is the Udana Mudra. Its mantra, Om Udanaya Swaha. And then finally, we have the Vyana Vayu. The mantra of the Vyana Vayu is Om Vyanaya Swaha. And its mudra is all 5 fingertips together, since this Vayu is circulating throughout the whole body and is responsible for the cellular functioning of each cell in the body. So as we do this meditation, it is called the Panchaprana meditation from the Bihar School of Yoga. I will be indicating again with my hands each mudra. If you have forgotten, you can just see the mudra once and close your eyes again and meditate on that particular Vayu. Before we start, let's stretch our legs out. Just jump our knees up and down. Stretch and flex once again. And get ready for our meditation. The first mudra we will be adopting is the Prana Vayu mudra. Middle finger, ring finger together with the thumb. The index finger and little finger stretched out. Back of the palms on the knees. Back straight. Eyes gently closed. Relax the whole body as you sit up. Become aware of your breathing. Move all your awareness to the chest region. Visualize Prana Vayu as tiny, bright, white dots of light, energizing the whole chest area. with complete awareness of Pranavayu. Let us chant this mantra 5 times all together. Om Pranaya Swaha. 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 Now move your awareness to the lower abdomen, seat of the Apana Vayu. Let's adopt the mantra, the mudra of Apana Vayu. Index finger, middle finger, thumb together. Ring finger, little finger stretched out. Back of the palms on the knees. Awareness at the lower abdomen. Visualize Apana Vayu as tiny bright dots of light, energizing the lower abdomen. Om Apanaya Swaha. 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 We now move our awareness to Samana Vayu in the abdominal region around the navel. We adopt the mudra of Samana Vayu. Ring finger, little finger together with thumb. Index finger, middle finger stretched out. Back of the palms on the knees. With eyes closed, we visualize Samana Vayu in the abdominal region as a thin white streak of light moving like a pendulum from the left to the right to the left, energizing the whole abdominal area. Om Samanaya Swaha. 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 Now we move our awareness to the Udana Vayu, throat upwards, our arms and legs. Adopt the mudra of Udana Vayu. Index finger, little finger together. Middle finger, ring finger stretched out. back of the palms on your knees. Visualize Udana Vayu as spiral streaks of white light around the throat and the head, around the arms and the legs. Udana Vayu. Om Udanaya Swaha. 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 We now move our awareness to Vyana Vayu, circulating through our whole body. It's mudra, 5 fingertips together. With eyes closed, visualize Vyana Vayu as tiny dots of white light, energizing each and every cell in the body. Om Vyanaya Swaha. 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 Once again, bring your awareness to your breathing. Awareness of the whole body. Gently spread all the warm energy in your palms across your face, forehead, and eyelids. You can stretch your legs out and relax. So what we did right now was nurture all the energies within us, the Pancha Pranas. And mantra is a very powerful way to increase the vibrations, energize the vibrations of all these energy channels. So this was the Pancha Prana meditation. Now from here, we will move on to the practice of japa. When we say japa, it means repetition of mantra. And why japa is so important? There are different kinds of japa. We can do japa on a mala, chanting in our mind or loudly. And we can also do likhit japa. Many of us may have done it at some time, writing a mantra repeatedly. Today we are going to do japa on a mala. So you can see this mala that I have here is a Rudraksha mala. Now a Rudraksha mala is normally used by intermediate practitioners. A japa mala is generally made up of 108 beads. There are smaller malas also, but a 108 bead mala is a good mala to use. There are also tulsi bead malas. Maybe some of you have a tulsi bead mala because tulsi is a very friendly herb. And because of that, you are able to focus nicely on the tulsi mala. Very good for beginners. There are also wooden malas, malas of chandan. So there are different kinds of japa malas. Now you can see between the beads, there is a knot. In a typical japa mala, you will find a small knot between every two beads. This is so that the beads are well separated and you are able to chant on every bead. Your mantra is chanted on every bead. So by the time you run through this mala, you have chanted your mantra 108 times. So why use the mala? You know, many times when we are meditating, some people repeatedly tell us, oh, I can't meditate only. Now, mala is a very good physical instrument to meditate on. Mind goes away, still you can bring it back to a physical element, the beads, the mantra. So it is a much more powerful way and an effective way of meditating. Of course, the mantra itself has a very good effect on the mind and on our health as well. It's a very good practice for building our own immunity as well. Now, some other parts of this mala. You can see that there is one crown bead and there is a ball of thread above this bead. Now, this bead is called the Sumeru. It is never used for chanting. All the other beads you chant and come back till you reach the Sumeru. The Sumeru is meant to tell us where to start and where to stop so that we know we have completed 108 mantras when we complete this mala. Also, the Sumeru you never cross. When you reach the Sumeru, you turn around and once again the last bead becomes your first bead. So the Sumeru is a wake-up call. Suppose doing your mantra, you start feeling sleepy. You reach the Sumeru, once again you get up, you start chanting your mantra. How do you hold your mala for japa? Now the index finger is never used to hold the mala because this is the finger we normally point. So it is the finger of ego or the finger of I, self. We normally use the ring finger and the thumb for holding the mala, and the mala is moved forward using the middle finger. It is better if the nails do not touch the mala. However, in the beginning, do not worry too much about that. Just use your ring finger and thumb to hold the mala and the middle finger to move the mala forward. In the beginning, it might seem a little tricky, but as you get used to it, it's a very pleasant practice. So this is the practice of moving the mala forward for japa. I hope this is clear to everybody. So what we are going to do for our japa practice today, we will use this mala starting from bead 1 immediately after the Sumeru. With every bead, we will chant the mantra Soham. What speed we will chant? Not very fast. In the beginning, you feel, oh, Soham, 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 Soham. Jaldi, jaldi khatam kar denge. But that's probably not as effective as taking one bead, holding it very gently. So, hum. So, hum. So, hum. This is a very nice speed to chant. One can go even slower with every inhalation, so every exhalation, hum. But let's just chant at a moderate speed today. You can also hold the mala in your palm so that it does not fall on the floor. And the right place to hold the mala is near the heart, where the vibrations of the mantra are felt best. So this is a good posture to sit in with your mala. So let's all sit cross-legged and start mantra japa using our mala. Fingers on the first beat, eyes closed. Either softly or in your mind, you can chant So hum. So hum. So hum. So hum. So hum. Continue the practice on your own.
जैसे चालू तो किया मैंने, वैसे ही बराबर है ना? देखा कल क्या किया था हमने? अभी तो चुप बैठी है, इसके लिए आवाज नहीं रहेगा।
Your microphone is unmuted.
Complete your mantra chanting
मेरा इंतजार क्यों करते कभी?
and gently open your eyes.
कभी भी होता है इसको डाउन करते।
So most of you may not have completed 108 beats. That's quite all right. The idea was to just give you a flavor of mantra japa, how you can do mantra japa. So if you got a feel of the beats, you got a feel of the mantra, felt the vibration, then that was the whole purpose of this practice of introduction to mantra japa. So japa is a very powerful practice, and the mantra we use, maybe we use Soham very lightly, but it is a very powerful mantra. With the mantra Soham, you are actually addressing the divinity within you. So beautiful mantra, you can choose any mantra of your choice, any mantra from your own religion, and use that, a mantra that you believe creates good vibrations for you. Soham is actually quite a non-religious mantra. Just talks about the divinity within oneself. So with that, we conclude the practice of japa. And now we are going to conclude our 3-session series with the practice of Yoga Nidra. So for those of you who are not familiar with Yoga Nidra, let me just give a short introduction. Yoga Nidra is the practice of deep relaxation. It is done in Shavasana, relaxing the whole body and the mind completely. In fact, the whole body and mind are really relaxed so much, you are between the threshold of sleep and wakefulness. And this is where your mind is completely open and receptive to suggestions. So when we are practicing Yoga Nidra, we are going to make a sankalp for our own health, prosperity, wellness, and for the health, wellness, and prosperity of our loved and dear ones and the community as a whole. There is going to be awareness of various body parts, triggering those body parts, and we will conclude with a visualization and finally repeating our resolves to ourselves. So all of you can get ready for the practice of Yoga Nidra. Turn around, lie down on your back. Relax your whole body as you lie down. Let your feet fall apart. Hands a little away from the body. Palms facing upward. Adjust your whole body position, clothes. Take off your watch. spectacles. Make yourself comfortable so that you do not need to move throughout the practice of Yoga Nidra. Start relaxing your body completely. As the body relaxes, feel it sinking into the floor. Bring your awareness to your breathing. Feel your breath in and out of the nostrils. As the body relaxes, feel your breathing slow down, grow calm, and relax. You are experiencing a state of complete relaxation. Whenever you feel stressed, remember these complete relaxed feelings of pure bliss and peace. It is now time to make a resolve for health, wellness, and prosperity for oneself, our loved ones, and for the community as a whole. Repeat your short positive resolve in your mind 3 times to yourself in the same words. Remember, the resolve you make in Yoga Nidra is bound to come true in real life. Say to yourself, I always achieve the goals I plan for myself. I always achieve the goals I plan for myself. We now begin rotation of body consciousness. Become aware of your right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, all 5 fingers together. Awareness of your right palm, back of the palm, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, abdomen, hip, thigh, knee, shin bone, calf muscles, ankle, top of the foot, sole of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all 5 toes together. Awareness of the whole right side. Now become aware of the left side of the body, the left hand, left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, all 5 fingers together. palm, back of the palm, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side, left side of the chest, left side of the abdomen, hip, thigh, knee, back of the knee, shin bone, calf muscles, ankle, top of the foot, sole of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all 5 toes together. Awareness of the complete left side of the body. Now move your awareness to the back side of the body, the right buttock, the left buttock, the lower back, middle of the back, shoulder blades, shoulders, back of the neck, throat, chin, lower lip, upper lip, bridge of the nose, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, right ear, left ear, right eye, left eye, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, forehead, top of the head, back of the head. Awareness of the whole body lying on the floor. Watch your whole body lying on the floor as if you are watching it from top of the ceiling. The whole body from the top of the head to the toe lying still on the floor. Now in your mind, visualize the object I name as clearly as possible in 3 dimensions. A rising sun, a rising sun, a rising sun, a galloping horse, a galloping horse, a galloping horse, palm trees swaying in the wind, palm trees swaying in the wind, blue waves of the ocean, blue waves of the ocean, the white sand, the white sand, the white sand, openness of the blue sky, the deep blue sky, allowing one to fly, just the openness, the breeze on the face, openness of the mind, ready to take flight. It is now time to repeat our resolve. Repeat the same resolve you made at the beginning of Yoga Nidra 3 times in your mind in the same word. Now gently become aware of the body. With eyes closed, listen to the universal prayer for health, happiness, and prosperity for all. Sarvesham Swastirбhavatu. Sarvesham Shantirбhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityormokshiyamamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Move your feet a little. Move your hands. Slowly turn to one side. Sit up. Rub your palms together. Spread all the warm energy across your face, forehead, and eyelids. Hari Om. Thank you very much for being with me all these 3 sessions. I hope you have learned from them and enjoyed them as much as I have taking them for all of you. And if you have any questions, please post them on WhatsApp. I'll be very happy to answer them.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.